Are you looking for a new niche to get into? Something that you can actually have a tool that will help you create stuff quickly, fast, and just have a good time with it? Well, then stay tuned. Hi, I'm Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I wanted to talk to you today about a really cool tool that just launched and that is in a niche that I think is really big. It's the educational printable and specifically time-telling niche. So you can use it on printables, or you can use it in KDP, and I think I've got a really unique way of looking at this. So stay tuned and let me show you what I got. All right, introducing the timesheets generator. This just opened today, and it is at a special price from today, the 11th of November, until the 14th of November at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So the front end is actually only $47, and it provides a ton of use, and I'm going to show you what you can do with that. So I started researching this topic and trying to find out what we could do and give you some interesting ideas of what you could use this tool for, where you could put it, and make use of printables and KDP. So obviously you can do it on KDP and create a book, but you could also create printables to sell on Etsy, and you can see time-telling worksheets is something that they have on Etsy, and there's different ways to actually go about this. You can add color, you can, I have this idea that I wanted to show you what you can do that would be kind of fun with and maybe something different. But just looking on Etsy gives you ideas of how you could make yours different or stand out for KDP, or just things you could do to put on Etsy as well. Another place I really like to look is Pinterest. It always gives me good ideas on different things I can do. You can create printables, you can have, like, see this, it's winter time. You could do something like this, create like a board and do different clocks on that. You just kind of have to be creative and see what you do. There's spring, just different things. So I got a lot of ideas by looking on Pinterest. Another place that you can look for ideas as well as sell these printables is on Teachers Pay Teachers. That's another idea. So you can just go through and look and see what does the clock say. I thought that was kind of funny with the fox. They're kind of playing on that what does the fox say, and they have a fox but clock. Okay, so here's Amazon itself. There is time-telling tools, but there is also several books that are selling well. This is 100 Days of Telling Time. So this is time worksheets. There's, practice worksheets. I found telling time practice worksheets. That is a good keyword. That is something that I found was a good keyword. And this one I wanted to kind of show you that here, I thought this was a unique thing. You can see they have Roman numerals and not just the numbers. But something, you want to think about this, like what can you teach someone and how can you teach it differently? Here's some more different ones you can see that are selling. There's telling time books. Now, in doing my telling time research, I actually found this. Now, this is my super creative idea. What you could do is, this was actually a popular book. You can see the paperback is a ridiculous price. I think it's because there's very few paperbacks out there, and hardcover is the way that they sell this book. So yeah, ignore the price there because that's just ridiculous. It's really sold as a hardback book. But telling time with Big Mama Cat, and so it's about, you can see that like snack time is 9 and 10 is nap time, and it's sneaking out of the forbidden chair at 11. So it's Mama Cat keeping her little kittens on schedule, and I thought, what a great thing to do. You could create a children's book about what Mama Cat, don't use Mama Cat because this is actually someone's else, but you could use like a platypus or unicorns, Mama Unicorn, right? And think of all the funny things that naughty little unicorns could do, or sloths, or anything, right? Create your own little book, and then you can actually have maybe a few practice worksheets in the back of your book, or you could just say, hey, you want your child to practice worksheets, this, and then you could do the opposite with your time-telling worksheets, is try and have them go to your children's book. So it's a way to get kind of different people, the same set of people, which is parents who want to teach their children to tell time in different ways, either through story or through actual practice worksheets, but you could kind of have the same audience who has the same interest. All right, so I actually downloaded on Creative Fabrica these cute little reindeer, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them with this app. So this is me actually using the time worksheet generator app. And so once you get in here, you can name it. I don't really care what it's named. So I'm just using the default because I already have, you can see those cute little reindeer uploaded. And I'm going to show you how I would create like really fun and interesting rather than just basic stuff. So what you could do is I'm going to show you the options. There's so many. If you go down, you might think this is completely overwhelming. They kind of have it started with the easiest time telling in the top, which is like the o'clock, so 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then there's half past if you get down here, and it kind of goes more complex of time telling. There's even the 24-hour clock if you want to teach your children 24-hour or what it looks like digitally. You can see a bunch. Oh, here's like some of the subtractions. So what would be 3 minutes later, 3 minutes earlier? And when you click on these, it produces random. So it's not always 7 o'clock as this shows. So let me just click one so you can see. And it has a bunch. And then when you can actually show the solutions, you can click here and it'll show the solutions on a page. I don't want to do that quite yet because I want to show you what I would do with this. So if I click on this, there's a bunch of things I can do. And the first thing I want to do, I want to show you what I would do with this. So you can change this up so many ways. Here, actually, it seems to work better if I try and change the number of columns and then change the width. Okay, I probably changed my width too much. That's about right. And maybe the height a little more. Okay, let's see. I want them kind of, I'm gonna change that a little bit and update. Okay, so, and then kind of make this in the middle. So I have 4 clocks here, and I want to show you what I want to do with these cute little reindeer images. They have images in here. This is an add-on, but I've actually uploaded my images. So there's a number of ways you can do this. You could have a border around it. You could have little characters saying, help Sid tell, what time it is to get up or eat breakfast, that sort of thing. You could do all sorts of things with this, like kind of the storytelling aspect. But I want to show you something I think is pretty easy and fun. So I've uploaded these little reindeer. I'm going to insert all of them. And I'm going to kind of place each one here. And I'm going to size them. I want to get them all about the same size. So like I want their head about that size. This is kind of how I'm going to size them. And I'm going to stick him up there. And let's see. Get his little head in there. Right. And now he's about the same. He's not as big. You guys can do a better job than I am. I'm just trying to show you quickly how I would do it. Something to note too with this program is that you will want to download. It sometimes seems to save, but really it says download your work while in your current browser session because it will disappear on you. And that's really to prevent anything being kind of uploaded to their server so that you don't feel like your stuff is going to be stolen by someone else. But just download. So if you want to do this, what I would actually do is probably create my clocks and set them up in like sets of 4 or just create the whole pages. And then there's different ways to download and I'll show you that. I would actually download them in PowerPoint and probably play with these guys in PowerPoint just because I'm very familiar with PowerPoint, but there's lots of different ways you could do it. It downloads as a PNG, it downloads as a JPEG, and I'll show you all that. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing with these little guys. Finished kind of showing you how I would do this in here where you can upload your own images. You just hit upload or drag and drop them in. Very kind of similar. Okay, so we're gonna move this down a little bit because you can see my reindeer's ears aren't quite right. And let me send him back. Okay, see? He looks like he's holding the little clock. Do the same, push to the back, and have them. Okay, now I want to make them kind of right before I push him to the back, because it's sometimes hard to get him with. So let's see, probably about there. Okay, let me push him to the back, push him to the back, and there we go. We've got really cute stuff. You could fiddle with it so that this was centered better. I see this isn't really centered. You know, I could move it over and center it and then make sure these guys are fine. But at the moment, I'm okay with it just being like that. Just to show you guys and demo what you can do with this. And then let me show you the solutions real quick. So generate solutions. So it'll generate those. And I click that and back. And then you can see the solutions are on that page. So you can have it with solutions. So let me show you another idea I had that I thought was kind of fun. I've uploaded a bunch of little insert, and you could have them, you can make them smaller. What I was thinking is kind of just having them decorate the page and not necessarily behind the clocks. You know, like that maybe. They're snowflakes, so however you want them to make them look pretty. Okay, something like this. If I can move that. There we go. It's my mouse, it's not the program. I need a new mouse or something. If I wanted to, you know, I could add another one in the middle to kind of cover the page. I could also make them extend all the way to the edges, but I would have to add bleed to my pages later because this downloads as an 8.5 by 11, so it's a big workbook for kids. But if I wanted to, I could extend it all the way to the edges and add bleed later. Okay, so we're going to go back to this, and we'll go down to, just so I can show you something different, this half past with this one. And then you can see the snowflakes behind. So you could put graphics behind it, something that's non-obtrusive but maybe decorative, like these snowflakes. You can still see through them, they're very light, but you could put things like that. Now, as far as KDP is concerned, you would have to change these. You could do this in color, but I think for the market, you're probably going to want to set a lower price point type item and have more pages. So you would want to probably make it black and white. So you would have to do that there's several ways to do it. I usually do it in PowerPoint and just set everything black and white, or you can print to a PDF and change the color to black and white. So it prints black and white. It basically changes everything to a grayscale. So there's a few ways to do that. All right, so you can see that. You can hit the generate solutions button and it'll add, you know, the second page. Okay, so these are some of the things you can do. You could also do, kind of like I said, a story. It's really fun to just see what different types of things you can do. You can add, let's see, if you can add your own images later, but I'm just going to kind of show you something you could do. You can add in an image and maybe make, let's see, we're going to go to that one. You could do a story, like I said, you know, what time does the farm get up? Let's use, like, the farm animals get up. Let's do it like a 5-minute quarter past. Oh, here's a quarter past. Let's do quarter past. You can do that, and then you can change the number of, maybe you want something like this. Wait, sorry, I did that wrong. 2 rows, 1 column. Okay. Or maybe 3, but you could, you know, write in here, what time do the farm, like, depending on what's in here, like, what time does the farm animals get up, or what time does the farm animals go to bed? You could add in a little story. You know, what time does the pig moo at the pig moo? What time does the cow moo at the pig? You could add in something fun that they could read, or just be able to have a little bit more fun with than just answering problems. You could also just do 4 in there, like that. Update worksheet, and then encourage them to tell the time and then color the surrounding picture, something like that, so that they have something active to do besides just these. Like you could just do at the end, you could make it fun in the beginning, like theme it with Christmas or theme it with farm animals, and then the last like 15-20 pages you could just do some of these 12 different times so that they can go through and practice doing it quickly. So like practice worksheet pages. The nice thing about math worksheets is that they need to practice, so parents buy more of them so that their kids can practice over and over again. All right, so those are some of the ideas I had for using this app. I hope this was helpful for you to show you how it works. All right, I just wanted to remind you that this opened today, and today is the 11th of November, and on Eastern Time, 11 a.m., and it will actually go up in price on the 14th of November at 11:59 Eastern Time. So if you're interested in getting the front end is $47, and that includes a lot of different time-telling worksheets, the app, downloading to various you can look at the detailed page. I'll have that in my show notes, but it includes several different types of downloads: PNG, JPEG, PDF, that sort of thing. And if you want to upgrade, there's a few additional one-time offers, and each one offers you a little bit more. Like the second one offers the ability to download in PowerPoint and more time-telling worksheets. The third upgrade gives you access to graphics that they have included within the app. So I just wanted to share this with you, let you know that it is an option, and there's some super fun things you can do, like creating, Christmas, winter, or just spring themed, different types of themes. And I wanted to offer it to you. Please check out my show notes, and you can see the link to go purchase this. Thanks so much, and I will see you in my next show. Bye.